So just to clarify a few things. So MODs are actually match. So like the acronym is MOD is match unrelated donor. And we're looking at MMUDs, which are mismatch unrelated donors or partially matched. So these are transplants we actually have been doing for quite some time, So and the need to go for those really boils down to what's available for any given patient in the registry. And your HLA is very tightly correlated to your race and ethnicity. And the majority of donors in the registry are Caucasian. So the likelihood of a Caucasian patient to find a donor, it's what we call a fully matched donor or an 8 out of 8. It's fairly high, close to 80%. But for a Hispanic patient, that number is close to 50%, maybe a little less. And for an African American or Afro-Caribbean, less than 25% or so, roughly speaking. And for centers like ours that treat or serve ethnically diverse population, that this creates a problem because in the past, we were forced to really resort to these mismatched grafts. Okay. So again, historically, we have been doing this for quite some time. But the problem is that when we use traditional GVHD prophylaxis, with CNI and methotrexate, there was a significant impact in outcomes because you had to deal with higher rates of graft-vs-host disease and subsequent high rates of infection. You needed to use more immunosuppression down the road, and the mortality when you were using a highly mismatched donor became prohibitive. So not only outcomes were worse, but I think a very big price to pay was that for many patients there were no suitable transplant options. So you just simply will just tell them, unfortunately, we can't do a transplant. And what the PTCy platform has allowed is to say we can use these donors that are not fully matched. Because when you use this platform, which has been used for many years in the haploidentical, these are family members that are half matched, we see that the results are comparable to that of a fully matched transplant. And I think that results in two things. Number one, we can offer safer transplant to these patients, but also the donor pools immediately expand because by using mismatched grafts, you can offer a transplant to any patient, irrespective of their race and ethnicity. And importantly, you can also optimize some non-HLA factors. So not only once you're not worrying so much about matching, and your donor pool becomes really, really large, you really can get picky and you can say, well, now I want a younger donor. Now I want someone whose blood type is matched or CMV status is matched or avoid multiple pregnancies or no antibodies. So, you really can choose from a much larger pool. When we are permissive to high mismatches, we really can find a donor for any patient, irrespective of the race and ethnicity. So it really expands access, and we can do it in a very safe way too, in a very effective way.